The Chandler-Gilbert basketball team has all the motivation and then some. Tonight, Steve Silsby's team welcomes in second-ranked, undefeated Pima. Good evening, everyone. Joe Pequeno back on the call with Matt McCurdy, Chandler-Gilbert. They've got some pen of anger. They're coming off a disappointing road loss to Mesa, 66-57. They were out-rebounded in that one, 41-21. And Matt, the disappointing thing in that game, they had a 10-point lead at the half, and then they were outscored in the second frame, 42-23.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate it doesn't even state how they feel, and I don't think they expected to take that loss. They mentioned it's hard to beat any team in this league 3 times, but nonetheless, I mean, they're fighting for a position in this league. There's so many teams chasing them down, and when you look at it, the post game, non-existent. 19 points from Kelvin Aldridge, Jaden Price with 14, Connor with 8, but not really much of anything from Ollie Hinder or Carter Karab, who are their main post players. So I think that really affected their game.
And, oh, by the way, Pima doesn't care about how the Coyotes feel.
No.
Led by Brian Peabody. They are playing as good as anyone in the nation. 25-0.
Wow.
The highest scoring team in the nation, putting up a $105.
Wow.
And it starts with Cohen J. Gonzalez, who's scoring close to 20 a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a beast. He's fast. He's quick. Doesn't have the height. You're going to see him out here tonight. He's shorter than almost every player out there. But, man, can he shoot from the 3. He's electric. He has a fast step. And it's going to take everything the Coyotes have to hold him down.
Gonzalez shoots 49% from the floor, 42% from 3. And we talk about this outside-inside game for the Aztecs. And they've got some bigs. Gabe Oldham leads the league in rebounding with 9 per tip. West Ball ranked 4th. Isaac Johnson and Oldham are ranked 2nd and 3rd in field goal percentage at over 65%. And, oh, by the way, their bench is deep.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. It's almost like having 2 starting lineups on one team. You know, sometimes you got better players and worse players, but they're just great all around, and that's what makes them so lethal against all these teams. They're really haven't lost a game all season. And I know the Coyotes, more than anything, would love to take the win here tonight on home court and give them that one loss to their season.
Unfortunately, no Will Coates, still battling a lower body injury, so the Coyotes are going to have to collectively find the will and strength. It's going to be a complete team effort to pull off a potential upset. Jaden Price, Connor Aldridge, 1 and 2 in scoring at 11 and 10 respectively. Chandler-Gilbert, of course, we mentioned the loss against Mesa, 8 and 5 in the league. This one's so important. They just have a 1-game lead over 3rd place Glendale. And when you look at the league standings, obviously Pima 13-0, Chandler-Gilbert 8 and 5, Glendale 7 and 6. So that loss at Mesa was so huge. And now the Coyotes with such a tough matchup here, and as that battle for the 2 seed in the conference is so fluid.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to require them to go out there and play perfection, just absolutely have a game of their lives and all be contributing on the board, not a little bit here and there. Funny enough, when you look at the starting lineups, Aztecs, all sophomores, and the Coyotes, all freshmen in their starting lineup. So there's experience at battle here as well.
Coyotes averaging 71 points, shooting 45%, 33% from 3 with 37 rebounds, 13 assists per game. Chandler, the best scoring defense in the league, giving up 64 points. Pima allowing just 9. This year, Coyotes lost to Pima at home 78-56. They led early in that one and led early at Pima before faltering 95-55. And I think a lot of that has to do, Matt, not enough bodies, not enough healthy bodies. But now here they are with a 3rd opportunity against this Pima team, led by head coach Brian Peabody. And Coach Peabody recently picked up career win number 700 of his great career. His 2018 team was the national finalists, runner-ups. And here they are with a team that might be even better. And now we're going to get ready for the starting lineups courtesy of Matt McCurdy. So Matt McCurdy reading off the starting lineups oh so well. Cohen J. Gonzalez, number 10 West Ball, number 32 Gabe Oldham, Max Marley, as well as number 4 Coda Benson. On the other side for the Coyotes, Jabin Price, Cohen and Connor Aldridge, Carter Carab, Ali Hinder will round it off, and we are ready to tip this one off from the Coyote Center. Coyotes with a third opportunity against the number 2 team in the nation. Brian Peabody, of course, and guiding the Aztecs, and Steve Silsby, the veteran coach of the Coyotes. And this one loose on the floor, and Ali comes up with it. So a good start for the Coyotes as they go into their half-court defense. Ali guarded by Gabe Oldham. Very athletic big. Jabin Price, floater. That won't go. Carter comes up with it. Shot is up, in and out for Connor Aldridge. Cohen J. Gonzalez among the trees, rips it away. Cohen shoots it over to Coda Benson. Benson over to Max Marley. Dump down Oldham. Go inside, and good ball movement as Cohen J. Gonzalez, the quick first step against Jabin Price.
And already, Joe, I think we're seeing the makings of what's going to be a tough, hard-fought game. I mean, both these teams not giving an inch. And I love the Coyotes coming out strong. They're fighting. And one thing we didn't see last time we were on the home court against the Aztecs, Jabin Price really hadn't mastered his step to the basket, his touch at the rim, and that's improved greatly. So that'll be interesting, an interesting factor here in tonight's game.
Cohen J. Gonzalez, an 84% free throw shooter. And his mom here in the front row. Of course, his mom, Candace, is as Wes Oldham goes up strong. And that is what make that Gabe Oldham going up strong for the Coyotes, for the Aztecs, excuse me. Jabin Price, guarded by Max Marley. Carter Carab over to Jabin Price. 8 on the shot clock. Carter Carab inside, Ali Hinder. Ali with the floater inside. A 3-2 ball game. Cohen J the other way. Benson, top of the key. Coyotes doing a nice job on the perimeter. West ball over to Cohen J. Gonzalez. Coyotes making a point of emphasis to guard the perimeter. Gabe Oldham kicks it out. Cohen J, quick first step, works it to Max Marley. Shot clock winding down. Shot is off the mark. Jabin and Benson. And the Coyotes are claiming that that was off Benson, and now they make the right call. That Coyotes bench was about to explode after that.
Well, Joe, deservedly so. I mean, this is a anticipated matchup, and we've been talking about it all season long, about that third line matchup here at the Coyote Center after that tragic loss last season.
Cohen thought about it. Little short jumper, Marley up the floor. Connor Aldridge and Max Marley. Quick and effective. A 5-2 Aztecs lead. Jabin Price with Cohen J on him. And that was tipped by Benson. And Benson, good pressure on Cohen Aldridge. Aztecs doing a nice job fighting off screens.
Yeah.
6 on the shot clock. Carter Carab. Carter.
Wow.
Nice shot by Carter. Couple spin moves along the way.
And I love the composure from Carter. I mean, even in these last few plays with just a few seconds on the clock, he's made the smart, right choice.
West ball down in the blocks, begging for the basketball, was up open. Gabe Oldham inside of Max Marley. And now the put back by West ball. Left open underneath. A 7-4 Aztecs advantage. Jabin Price. Connor, and that will go against Connor Aldridge as Tegan Muldowney checks in.
And the biggest things for the Coyotes right now is I think don't let the pressure of the moment get to you. You got to play like you're just in that moment, letting the game play out, play your best ball. And right now I can tell there's a little bit of jitter on the court.
Cohen J, Carter Crab out. Marley lets it fly from long range. In and out. Cohen J comes up with it. Coyotes, unfortunately, watching the play, spectating, not playing. Marley works it over to West Ball. Ball, Gabe Oldham down in the blocks. Tries to work it inside of West Ball. It's going the other way. Coyotes doing a nice job out in the perimeter, doing a nice job down in the blocks, and Steve Shields will call a timeout. Steve Silsby, that is. So early in this one, we've seen the Coyotes making the posts of the Aztecs beat them, and so far hanging around, having an opportunity, getting a feel, and I think for the Coyotes, they want to slow the game down. Usually this is a team that wants to be run up and down the floor, but for the Coyotes, maybe it's better to utilize the strength and the energy of your limited rotation and keep it a half-court game.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I think the Coyotes are playing it right. They're playing it smart. Max Marley, that's somebody to be looking out for. You can tell he's going to be a major asset off the ball when people trap Cohen and Gonzalez to facilitate.
Muldowney up the floor, picked up by Cohen J. Man-to-man defense by the Aztecs. They are not going to even give the Coyotes any kind of breathing room in his zone. Cohen Aldridge, chased down by Coda Benson. Carter, little fadeaway, off the mark. West Ball pulls it down. Cohen J, racing up the floor. West Ball, top of the key. Benson. Aztecs about to make some substitutions. Worked inside. Cohen out to Connor. And Connor banks it in. The brothers, the Aldridge brothers coming through. Cohen with the steal, Connor with the connection.
Good steal.
And Cohen, another steal, hoping that someone would track it down. Now a reset of the shot clock, and Aztecs making several changes. Isaac Johnson, a force. We talked about him and his field goal percentage among the top 5 in the league. Kalen Brown, long and lanky, a freshman from Castile High, as well in the game. And Mason Hunt, who really killed the Coyotes in their home matchup here. Good defense. Mason Hunt banging against Carter Carab, little fadeaway, and that's a sweet shot by Mason Hunt, and can't defend that. That's good defense by Carter Crab. You'll give that up every single time.
And this is where the Aztecs get scary, right? They've got their bench players coming out and they're scoring, and that's giving the starting lineup some rest time, and that's where things get a little tricky.
Lockie McCain now in the game. Lockie, no question, can extend the floor. Muldowney. Ollie will fire it up from the outside. That's off the mark. And I think the last thing the Coyotes want to see is Ollie Hinder hoisting up threes from the corner.
Yeah.
We need to see Ollie down in the blocks and be in position.
Absolutely.
14 minutes and change. 9-6 ball game. Benson works it over to Cohen J. His first stroke from long range. And they're going to call the offensive. And that's going to go against Kalen Brown. His first. Coyotes hanging around. That's all they can ask for in a matchup against number 2, especially with a roster not at full strength. Well documented. Parker Larson lost early in the season. Ty Cochran lost before the season. Will Coates out with a lower body injury. 3 starters right there.
Yeah.
7 on the shot clock. Lockie long range. Lockie Nolan Christensen going up strong, just cannot pull it down. Cohen J quickly up the floor. Mason Hunt down in the blocks. Hunt once again showing that touch. Mason Hunt, good looking player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 10, 15 feet out and makes it look easy. First the fadeaway and then with a defender in his mug.
And you love to see a player who knows where they're strong, right? Works his spot, makes it happen, consistent. Nothing more you want as a coach.
11-6. Nolan Christensen underneath. Mason Hunt. The Coyotes will get it back as Hinder tracks it down. Coyotes coming off the Brig Wolf turnover. Christensen, Ollie Hinder down in the box. Picked up by Brown. Cohen working strong. Cohen will pull up off the mark. Nolan is there. And Nolan's providing some solid minutes off the bench.
Yeah, Nolan's a fighter. I mean, you think the size difference would make a difference, but it doesn't. He goes in strong, plays that post position, and grabs rebounds.
And how about Cohen off the cut from Nolan? Great basket and great execution. Cohen's second bucket. A chance at the three-point play. He's 73% free throw shooter.
And I love seeing these guys from the Coyotes really start getting shots up because we've seen Cohen Aldridge, once he gets a few reps, he starts to get hot. He can really put numbers up on the board, and that's across the board for a lot of these boys. So getting in there early, getting shots up makes a big difference.
Cohen misses on the three-point play. Three-point lead for the Aztecs, 11-8. Brig Wolf works it over Cohen J. Cohen J, electric first step, and knocked off a Chandler-Gilbert player as Javen Price checks back in. Quality minutes for Cohen Aldridge. 4 quick points. Only a 3-point lead as Brig Wolf off the inbounds. Wolf surveys. Cohen J with Javen Price on him. And Javen with that quick first step defensively. Brig Wolf puts it on the floor. And Brig Wolf is bailed out by the reach-in, and Javen Price looking back almost in shell shock. And that's 2 for Javen. Checking back in, the big body, Gabe Oldham from Spanish Fork, Utah.
And Javen's going to have to be careful. I mean, they need his speed. They can't lose a body early, so Javen's got to be careful on the fouls that he draws.
Cohen J over to Mason Hunt. Hunt very active, 4 quick points in his minutes. Cohen J, Mullowney.
Wow.
A little spot up, and Cohen J, electric. And just the balance off the shot. The spin had enough, shoulders squared at the rim, and the high elevation on the shot.
And that's just repetitions in the gym. You can tell he's done that move hundreds and hundreds of times, and it shows in the game.
Lockie the other way, and Lockie cans the 3. Lockie McCain knocks it down. A big basket from long range, and it's a 2-point game. And Max Marley about to check back in for the Aztecs. So here is this Chandler-Gilbert team. Lacking healthy bodies, well documented. Will Coates, a starter, a 12-point scorer for the team, out with a lower body injury. And here's the team halfway through the first half and holding their own against number 2, Pima.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking great. They're keeping up. Both these teams are going to play hard. I mean, they want this win as bad as anybody else, but I love to see Lockie McCain coming out, hitting that big 3 early. We've seen a big uptick in his performance since he got back on the court. And look, when you look back at the 2 games against Pima, Lockie McCain was 0 in both, like really had no points on the board in either of those matchups. So hopefully he can come out early and really start to put points on for the team.
Mullowney, McCain, Christensen, Connor, and Carter Carab on the floor for Chandler-Gilbert. Gabe Oldham, Benson, Max Marley, West Ball, as well as Isaac Johnson in for the Aztecs. And that's a shot. Don't allow Gabe Oldham to take that shot all day.
Mm-hmm.
Lockie works it to Mullowney, who's going to work the point against Max Marley. Christensen playing fearless. Nolan going in strong. And Nolan, good, strong move.
Love to see that.
Almost.
And I'm telling you, Joe, Nolan Christensen attacks with no fear. I mean, once again, the size different, the height advantage. You'd think he'd be timid, but he goes and he attacks, and he plays that down low position well.
And Nolan misses on the first free throw, but so far you gotta love the energy that Nolan Christensen has provided for the Coyotes. He's provided some toughness, and anytime you can put a foul on Gabe Oldham and give the Coyotes maybe a chance of fouling out their big man, that's a golden thing. A 1-point game. Marley picked up. Benson works over to Marley. Good defense by the Coyotes, doing a great job on the perimeter. Marley, the prayer won't go. The battle underneath. Mullowney stepped out on the baseline. But you have to like what the Coyotes are doing. They're defending the three so well in this one. A lot of the points that the Aztecs have gotten have been down low or little elbow jumpers. Benson left over open, and Carter Crab hits the deck, and they're going to call that on West ball.
And a good play. I mean, you gotta, when a foul comes, you gotta sell it. You know, and you never want to condone flopping per se, but you gotta sell the foul if it's there. And I think Carter made it clear. Hey, I got fouled. Now he'll pick it up.
13-12. Max Marley with the steal, and Marley with the throwdown. He gets the Aztecs bench up and going. 15-12. A rare bad pass by the Coyotes in this first half. Carter Carab kicks it out. In the corner, Connor buries it. And we are knotted at 15. Great ball movement by the Coyotes.
And I like the read by Carter. I mean, he was off balance. He had the wide lane for a half second, but didn't get it there in time. Kicked it out, Connor to the wide open.
Benson, they work it down the post. Gabe Oldham, the big body. Oldham into Lockie McCain, and Oldham gets it to drop. Gabe Oldham, a physical force. We talk about his field goal percentage. So strong at 65%.
Yeah.
He goes in strong. He goes in with the shoulders, right? He's not afraid. Lockie in the corner keeps it alive. And the bad pass. Try to work it back out to Carter Carab, who cannot corral it in. Carter was about maybe 10 feet tall. He might have been able to get that one. And Cohen Aldridge about to check back in. Lockie checking out. 17-15. Aztecs with a 2-point lead. Marley up the inbounds. Works it over to Gabe Oldham. Carter coming out. Ollie on West ball. Cohen J, right side. Cohen J works it to Gabe Oldham. And Oldham blocked from behind, and Oldham sticks with it. And they're going to call the foul against Gabe Oldham, and that's his second. And we kind of talk about recognition, and the same can be said about how the Coyotes sometimes too many one-on-threes in that women's game. Gabe Oldham right there, he's got 3 jerseys around him.
Yeah.
That situation, you've got great players all around you. You don't have to take the weight of the world on your shoulders. Dish it back out.
Right.
And that worked in the Coyotes' favor.
Absolutely.
Connor Aldridge and Carter Carab up top. Dumped down, and right now the Coyotes have got to clean up their spacing a little bit. Now they're getting a little sloppy and loose with the basketball. 17-15. They're hanging around against the second-ranked team. A lot of energy for this one. Worked in the corner. Carter, quick step inside, and
good read.
Great pass by Carter Carab into Connor Aldridge, and we're knotted at 17.
And Carter's done an absolutely fantastic job of placing himself in a good spot to either get an open pass to another guy on his team or get the good look.
Nolan Christensen about to check back in. Cohen J held in check so far. Marley from 3, won't go. Tracked down and worked back out to Cohen J. Benson puts it on the floor. Benson has to give it up. Good defense by Mullowney. Work to West ball. Ball will let it fly. And the Coyotes will take that every single time.
Great. And how about the manhandling of Ollie Hinder in the post, really locking up number 15, Kalen Brown. I mean, he's just doing a great job there.
And the Coyotes with another turnover. 17 all, 7:47 left in this first half. Coyotes coming off a disappointing road loss against Mason, one in which they led by 10 at the half. Cohen J. Space, and Cohen J with the bank, and he'll take it. Cohen J. He's got 6 points, and that was the luck of the glass right there. But he got the space. Yeah. Phil Moani take that step back, and that freed him up to take that 3-point shot.
And that's a tough read. I mean, honestly, when you got a guy that far out, your question as a player, do I jump up and let him break on me? He's quick, he's fast, he's aggressive, or do I take the step back and risk the chance of a made shot? And that time he chose wrong.
And right now, Steve Silsby grilling his team for the lack of spacing and the lack of movement, and having Cohen about 15 feet from the 3-point line getting locked up, and for the Coyotes, inexcusable possession coming up the floor. Right now, there's going to be constant movement, and realizing that Pima is going to bring a double team on a ball handler just about every single time.
Yeah, I think this is a well-placed timeout. Silsby knows he's got to lock his boys in, and as soon as there's slippage in energy or execution, you got to drill that home and bring them right back in.
7:18 left in the first half. Matt McCurdy, Joe Pequeno on the call, 20-17. Second-ranked Pima looking for the clean sweep of the Coyotes. Chandler-Gilbert, and they're going to call the foul on Max Marley. Marley felt he got through the screen or the body through Nolan Christensen.
And I'll tell you, Joe, that's the power of a well-executed screen. Really gluing shoulders, locking up, and that's when the defense will chance gain a foul on the income.
Ollie Hinder from the corner. That's in and out. Ollie takes a spill on the deck. Cohen off balance. Cohen J. Another good roll. And the lead is 5 as Brian Peabody up on his feet.
And Cohen Gonzalez is so good in that shuffle, when there's chaos on the court.
Connor off the mark. Ollie with the battle down in the post to get it back to Connor. Nolan Christensen picked up by Hunt, worked over. And that is pulled away by Mason Hunt off the Cohen Aldridge miss. Down low, kick back out. Benson from 3, off the mark. Cohen J tracks it down. And you hate to see that right there. Among the trees, Cohen J picks that one up. And a tie-up situation of Aldridge and Mason Hunt. And Brian Peabody having a conversation with his guard, Max Marley, telling Max to shoot the basketball when he has the opportunity.
And Joe, you can see right off the bat why these two teams are so well ranked in the conference and the first and second seed. I mean, both well coached, and obviously Coyotes with an injury-prone season, but they've played well and they work hard, and you can see that on the court. And the passion from the coaches is evident. I mean, it's all over the place.
Coyotes down 5, hanging around. Mullowney getting a couple screens. Mullowney kicks it out to Lockie, catch and shoot, and Lockie buries it. Lockie, his second 3, a 2-point game.
And that's what you want from Lockie McCain all night long.
And how about the great balance on the other end by Isaac Johnson? Isaac Johnson ranked in the top 5 in the league in field goal percentage. Johnson at 66%, and you just saw the balance right there. And the good move off the glass as he goes to the free throw line.
And just think, Joe, Isaac Johnson's not even one of their starters. He came off the bench tonight. So just shows you some of the talent that the Aztecs really have.
Johnson, a freshman from Oakland, California, came a long way to play some college basketball. Carter Carab up top. Guarded by West Ball. Carter, good move. Kicks it outside to Maloney. Swung around the key. Lockie, step back. Lockie, and that's going to go over the backboard. 25-20, under 5 minutes left. 4:56 to be exact. Owen J picked up by Maloney. Brig Wolf back in the game, number 24. West Ball, quiet so far. Isaac Johnson. Lockie on him. Brig Wolf. Cohen J spacing, and Cohen J, that's not the shot you want to give him. Too much space for Cohen J. Coyotes got away with one there. 25-20. Cohen J Gonzalez shoots 42% from three, putting up 19 a game. Carter Crab. Nolan Christensen over to Lockie. And they'll reset. 7 on the shot clock. Maloney will fire it up, and Maloney off the mark. And Nolan Christensen, and they'll call a shot clock violation. And Steve Silsby having a conversation with the referee, feeling that he should have had that Nolan Christensen should have had the foul call. Silsby still barking. 25-20. Coach Silsby is as passionate of a coach as you'll find. West Ball driving. West Ball, strong move, and West Ball over Carter Carab. West Ball now in his sophomore year from Marana over in Tucson. 27-20. Ollie Hinder and Connor Aldridge about to check back in. And Mason Hunt goes crashing in. Cohen and Nolan Christensen checking out. Javen Price, we haven't seen much of Javen. 2 quick fouls early in this one. Connor off the inbounds. Works it to Javen Price. 7 on the shot clock. Connor, step back. Off the front of the iron. Isaac Johnson ripping that one down. West Ball, elbow. West Ball showing his touch. He's got 6 points. The lead is 9. And the Coyotes in desperate need of a basket. Carter Carab works it to Ollie Hinder. Hinder, quiet in this one. Connor, Isaac Johnson, man-to-man pressure. Hinder works it over. Shot is up, off the mark. Isaac Johnson over to Cohen J. Cohen J, West Ball. West Ball throws it back, and the Coyotes will take it away. Javen Price. And Brig Wolf with a big swat, knocks it away from Ollie Hinder. Cohen J in the lane, kicks it out. Brig Wolf in the corner, off the mark. Mason Hunt gets it back. West Ball fires it up. And Ball, 8 points, and the lead is 11. And the Aztecs, breathing room. And Javen Price and the Coyotes got to find some space to get a basket. Javen Price. Ollie Hinder out in the wing. Carter Carab. Connor Aldridge, and Connor hits a 3. A much needed basket. He's got 8 points. The lead is 8. Mason Hunt the other way, and Mason Hunt is just dazzling with that jumper. Man, he gets a good look, and it's almost on target.
Yeah. I mean,
every single time.
Between West Ball and Mason Hunt, they've really just made an impact in these last couple minutes from the jumper.
And we're talking about big, talented players
Yeah.
that have just got the ability to shoot the basketball. So they can defend down in the post. They can rebound. Oh, and by the way, they can shoot it as well.
Yeah.
33-23. Winding down to 1 minute left in the first half. Brig Wolf. Wolf going strong. Wolf. Electric step. The lead is 12. And the Aztecs have opened this one up late in the first half. Connor Aldridge almost thought about it. Javen Price. Price down the lane. And Price blocked by West Ball. Substitutions. Benson, Marley. Also checking in, Caleb Brown. And that's the luxury of having a healthy bench.
Yeah.
And a talented one as that. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Mullowney.
Ooh, good fake.
Carter driving, blocked by Mason Hunt. And the Aztecs can play for the final shot here in the first half. And Cohen J will pull it back out. And of course, Mullowney respecting the speed of Cohen J. Now, the Coyotes press Cohen J. Marley will fire it up, and Marley off the mark. And that'll do it for the first half. Coyotes with a valiant effort, but it's the Aztecs pulling away to open a 12-point halftime lead. And Cohen J. Gonzalez gets so much of the hype around this team, but down that stretch, we talk about the athletic bigs, Wes Ball and Mason Hunt. Combination of both those young men combined 14 points, Ball with 8 points, Hunt with 6, really doing a nice job and giving the Aztecs some breathing room going in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got healthy weapons on your team and a healthy bench, it makes a huge impact, and we're seeing that tonight. And so the question becomes for the Coyotes, can they push through the wear and tear of tonight's game and come back, right? Come out of this half and grind it out for another 20 minutes. And that's the real question, and obviously there's tons of athletes on both sides. I love what I've seen from the Coyotes, but it's length, it's amount of talent on the bench waiting to come in, and no doubt the coaches are tremendous on both ends.
Connor Aldridge leading the Coyotes with 8 points, Lockie McCain with 6, and Javen Price really not a factor. 2 quick fouls, hasn't gotten into a rhythm so far in this one.
Yeah.
Carter Carab with 2 points, and Ollie Hinder with just 2 as well. And another bright spot is Nolan Christensen in limited minutes is really bringing a lot of heart and effort, doing a lot of the dirty work for the team.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Nolan Christensen, Tegan Mullowney really come off the bench, hustle hard, put the effort in, and you see him scrambling for rebounds. Tegan Mullowney, that big rebound at the end there, making sure the Aztecs wouldn't put the point up. So you got bench players coming off and really giving their all, and you love to see it. I'd like to see the post do a little more work. Carter Cora has been great at pinpointing, finding good lanes and finding his teammates for points, but I'd love to see them go and pound the rim as well. And make a difference there.
Going back to the Aztecs, we talk about their deep bench, and you can just tell how talented, and Mason Hunt comes off the bench, and of course, Isaac Johnson. And we've seen Johnson only limited minutes, but his field goal percentage coming into this one, 65%, the one athletic move on the three-point play. And here's a young man who's come from Oakland, California, and has really provided such strength and athleticism. Oh, and by the way, he's 6'6" and only a freshman. So a young man who's going to have the opportunity next year to step in the limelight for Coach Brian Peabody. So the Coyotes down 12. We'll take a short time out from the Coyote Center. More to come. Coyotes look in the upset of second-ranked Pima right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. So second half, about a minute away. Chandler-Gilbert, uphill climb, down by 12 against second-ranked Pima, and Matt McCurdy, Joe Pequeno back in the call. And Matt, we knew Cohen J. Gonzalez was going to do his part. 8 points in that first half, but some of the bigger names on the team, of course, he's one of them, and maybe some of the players you might not expect to really provide that offensive firepower. Wes Ball, who's dynamic, knocking down 8 points, and Mason Hunt, who's a freshman, off the bench with 6 points.
Yeah, I mean, they're providing what they call some old school NBA right there, because they're in the they're in the inside taking jumpers, and we talked about it. It's lightning fast, it's smooth, and it's hard to defend. And those points rack up as much as any 3-point shot.
And Wes Ball, to his credit, is putting up 12 points a game, so he is a scoring option for this Aztecs team that's scoring 105 points a game. They won't get that here, but for the Coyotes, it's an uphill climb, and Javen Price has to get going after a very rough first half, 2 quick fouls, and that takes a player mentally and physically out of his game early. Now back on the floor, Connor, Cohen, Carter, Ollie Hinder, and Javen Price. Marley, as this is fired up from 3 off the mark. Cohen J. Gonzalez, Gabe Oldham, Benson, as well as Wes Ball. Inside, Ball. And Ball reading the double team and try to work it back out to Benson, and knocked away by Chandler-Gilbert. Benson off the inbounds. Marley, catch and shoot. In and out. Ollie secures it. And you like to see that. Coyotes need to get Ollie Hinder going. And that can be on the offensive end or the defensive end.
Yeah.
He can impact the game by rebounding. He can impact the game by playing great defense. But the big thing is he's got to get going. Hinder, seeing him around, and that is what we want to see. Ollie Hinder down in the box scoring. And that is a good start for the Coyotes in the second half to get their big guy going. Hinder, of course, offensively, a force for the Coyotes. Wow, putting up 9 points a game. And Wes Ball draws the contact underneath. And they're going to call the foul against Carter. Well-played game in the first half. Not a lot of fouls on either side.
And this is something we've seen against Pima when they were last year on the home court. A bit of an, call and repeat. See Ollie Hinder fake a screen, go for the lane, and he makes the shot right afterwards. Wes Ball does the exact same thing, and the Aztecs have been great at kind of answering the challenge anytime the Coyotes score.
Ball shoots over 70% from the line, connects on both. He's got 10 points. He's answering the bell. Javen Price has yet to get into the box score. Worked outside. Ollie underneath. Ollie. Javen Price working Cohen J. Off balance. That won't go. Cohen J the other way. Javen Price back on the other end. Benson off the mark. And Cohen J tracks it down. And that's a second chance effort that Cohen J just outworked the Coyotes on. And Cohen J the other way. So the extra effort hustle by Gonzalez leads to Gonzalez filling it from long range.
Yeah, that hustle is going to make all the difference in tonight's game.
And the lead is 15. Javen down the lane, has it stripped, gets it back. Little turnaround, off the mark. Connor pulls it back, work to Cohen. 15 on the shot clock. Cohen, little spin in the lane. Comes up short. Cohen J works it over to Benson. Now back to Cohen J. Wes Ball up top. Max Marley. Cohen on ball. Gabe Oldham down in the post. Ollie active. Like to see that. Yeah. Cohen over to Connor. And Connor misses the breakaway. Cohen J the other way. Cohen J will stop, and that's off the mark. But Benson among the trees, and then Marley goes underneath. Marley loses the handle as Javen Price comes down with it.
And once again, loving the aggressive defense from Ollie Hinder, protecting the paint, doing his job. That's what you got to see.
But right now, Coyotes are getting outworked in some loose ball
Absolutely.
situations by the smaller guards of the Aztecs. And Cohen can't connect from the three. West Ball on the pull down. Marley the other way. Inside, and Gabe Oldham loses the handle, but secures it out to Cohen J. Cohen J works it to West Ball, who's shown the ability to knock down shots all over the floor. Marley short, Benson, Cohen J. And Cohen J from long range. Gabe Oldham going inside. Hinder with the block, and Ollie comes up with it. Good defense by Ollie Hinder. And a timeout on the floor, and a much needed one, because I think in that situation, even though the Coyotes came up with the defensive stop, the Aztecs are outworking the Coyotes on loose ball situations.
Yeah.
And right now, which was a 12-point deficit, has now blossomed into a 15-point deficit because of some extra opportunities off some loose balls. And that's a good timeout by Sills to really just push the emotional heart of this team.
Yeah.
It's the third time around against the second-ranked squad, and a win here would help their position because Glendale's breathing down their back as we kind of look at the league standings, and they are very tight with Chandler-Gilbert second, 8-5, and Glendale at 7-6. And if you're the 2 seed, you get to host a first-round playoff game. If you're the 3 seed, well, you have to go on the road and face the 2.
Right.
So getting that home game paramount for the Coyotes. So off the timeout, Cohen J, Mason Hunt, Kalen Brown, as well as Coda Benson and Brig Wolf in the game. Tegan Moani, Cutter Karab, Nolan Christensen, Cohen Aldridge, and Lockie McCain. So the Coyotes had a little bit of a size disadvantage, but trying to work Lockie McCain in to stretch the floor. Lowney thought about it. Christensen from the corner. That's off the mark. Pulled down by Kalen Brown. Benson up the floor quickly. They work it down, and Brig Wolf inside. Cherry picking and puts it in. And the lead is 17 as Brian Peabody motivating his team, looking for win number 26, 25-0. As we mentioned, Brian Peabody's team in 2018, the national runner-ups. Many feel this team even better.
Yeah.
Barring a complete meltdown, and I can't see that with the way this team is playing. Such incredible focus. And what you like about this team, no hotheads. They don't have explosive moments of mental breakdowns on the court, and that is so paramount. Of course, basketball, Lockie with the catch and shoot, and Benson with the foul. Lockie, tremendous shot. Lockie will go to the line for the three-point play, but getting back to the point, the Aztecs, they don't blow up. They don't lose their composure. They don't have moments where they're getting teed up and just get discombobulated on the court with an emotional meltdown.
Yeah.
They just don't do that.
No.
And that is part of being a determined, disciplined, well-oiled team. And that is what the Aztecs are right now. They play collectively. They share the basketball well. They hustle. And emotionally, they're in check.
When we talk about it in this conference and then even in the national conference, it's the little things with these teams that make the difference. And that emotional stability when they're out on the court, that's a huge difference.
Caleb Brown going up. And Brown, a tough force. Brown, local product, Castile High School over in Queen Creek. And connects on the first. His first point in the game. Knocks down both. Lead is 16. Coyotes with an uphill climb. Connor Aldridge. Cohen, Brig Wolf right in his face. Kicks it back out to Connor. Connor down the lane. Connor just cannot connect. And Ollie and Mason Hunt tied up. Possession. And Brian Peabody wanted the foul against Ollie Hinder. Benson and Lockie McCain in a battle up the floor. Benson directing traffic. Cohen J, he's got space, and every time he gets that space, he's going to let it go.
Yep. And that's really just automatic for Cohen Gonzalez. When he gets it off the screen, far out jump, he's gonna put it in the bucket.
And the lead is 19. Cohen works it over to Mullowney. Cohen over to Connor. Brig Wolf right on him. 5 on the shot clock. Ollie Hinder's got to get the shot up. Kalen Brown, little fadeaway, and that is off the mark. And that is a violation against the Coyotes as Javen Price about to check back in. Gabe Oldham, the big body. And quality minutes off the bench from Kalen Brown.
Yeah.
Big, tall, athletic, provided some muscle, a freshman, and a quality steal for Pima right here in the Valley. And he ends up going to Aztecs country. Benson blocked by Hinder. Gabe Oldham. Benson will take the elbow. Benson in and out. Javen in traffic. Connor the other way. Gabe Oldham getting back, showing his hustle for the big guy. Ollie down in the blocks. Fired up from long range. Off the mark for Connor. Brig Wolf up the floor. Benson swings it over to Mason Hunt. Hunt off the mark. Gabe Oldham crashing. Wow. Great effort by Gabe Oldham. A sophomore big guy just laying out on the floor. Brig Wolf. And tries to kick it in the corner to Benson, who was left wide open.
And it's those hustles and those rebounds that are going to put them over the edge in these type of games.
Well,
they've already got the lead. I mean, but it's just that extra effort. That's why they're ranked number 2 in the nation.
Yeah, that extra effort right there that we just saw from Gabe Oldham is going to give Pima a chance on the national stage.
Yes.
That extra, I mean, when your center is diving on the floor, he's coming out of the paint for a loose ball that's out on the perimeter. That just shows you how much this team is locked in. Mm-hmm. And that's just impressive. And that's impressive coaching, and that's instilled by Brian Peabody and his staff. And right now, Brian Peabody, as Carter Crabb tries to turn it around, good defense by Oldham, who's really stepped up his game in the more of the physical aspect. Javen Price works it over Carter, and Carter throws it down with authority. And a big basket, and on the other end, Cohen J. Gonzalez felt he was fouled.
Well, and Joe, we've talked about the offensive rhythm and structure and just prestige that this Aztec team has, but they do really great on defense too. And it's one of the few teams, we see the Coyotes often, their great defense, consistent defense, that pushes other teams right to the clock and the end of the wire to get a shot off. The Aztecs are doing that to the Coyotes here tonight as well. So a really a great defense team as well.
Coyotes allow 64 points a game. Pima allows 69. Aztecs, putting up that 105 points per game. Mm-hmm. Just electric when they get going. They're a tough group to stop. And right now the Coyotes are doing their best, 47-30. Mm-hmm. This Coyotes team, once again, undermanned. They don't have all the firepower that they were hoping to start the season with. Parker Larson lost in the first 5 games with a lower body injury. Cohen J getting a little too loose, and that's off Javen Price. And Brig Wolf will inbound. And right now, Cohen J is getting too much space. He's getting too loose. West ball, point blank, can't deliver. And Javen back the other way. Javen is Max Marley back in. Aztecs man-to-man defense. They are not going to play zone. They feel they got the athletes to D up anyone. Javen works it over to Lockie, and Cohen J right in his face. 11 on the shot clock. Lockie.
Good
little
shot.
Spin and a little elbow from Lockie. Lockie's got 11 points. Done a nice job in this one. Marley in the corner. Marley can't connect, and Lockie. And that's a good call as Brig Wolf came over the top.
I'll tell you, Lockie McCain has played a really great game, just as an individual athlete on the team. He's executed well. He's done great off the shot, and he's played with great rhythm as well.
47-32. Coyotes with time. They need stops and baskets.
Good look.
Ollie underneath. Ollie can't get it to go. Max Marley tracks it down in the corner. Coyotes just can't get that one extra possession off the loose balls. Oldham worked over to Cohen J. And Cohen J lighting it up, and West Paul make that Gabe Oldham throwing it down. Something fierce. Gabe Oldham locked in on the great pass, and it's Carter the other way at the chance of the three-point play.
But how about the athleticism of Gabe Oldham? I mean, he jumped from out of nowhere, seemingly, and threw it down. But I like the energy on the opposite side. Carter Karab coming back, powering it home, getting the foul. I hope it juices them up and keeps them going.
And Cohen J. Gonzalez, the ability to see the floor and throwing the pinpoint pass. Coyotes hanging around. 49-36. Cohen J up the floor. Now picked up by Cohen Aldridge. Worked inside, West Ball. Worked in the corner, Marley. Marley, couple spins. Brig Wolf driving baseline. Brig Wolf. Wolf going strong up top, and Wolf draws the contact. Mason Hunt about to check in. Benson about to check back in. Brig Wolf also a freshman from Mountain View High School here in Mesa. Misses on the first. So Brig Wolf will have an opportunity, and as you alluded to, Matt, a lot of these starters for the Aztecs are sophomores. They're going to be gone. There'll be a new wave, and from what we've seen of Isaac Johnson, as well as Kalen Brown and Brig Wolf and Mason Hunt, they've got some players ready to step in the limelight. 50-35. Carter cutting and add one. Cohen, strong move, and foul's going to be on Brig Wolf. That's his third. And if you're the Coyotes, all you can do is take one possession at a time and hopefully get some stops. A little over 10 minutes left. And Aldridge gets the roll. He's got 7 points. Ollie Hinder and Connor about to check back in. Brig Wolf gives it up. Benson works it to Cohen J. Now Javen Price locked back in. Brig Wolf. 12 on the shot clock. Mason Hunt off the front of the iron. Nolan Christensen tracking it down. Coyotes with the opportunity to work into single digits. Javen Price locked up by Cohen Jay for a split second. Javen mismatch on Benson. Loose ball and pulled down by Mason Hunt. Cohen Jay the other way. Read it well. Dumps it down to West Ball. West Ball inside, and they call the jump. Tied up possession. Coyotes get it back. Gabe Oldham checking in. West Ball checking out. 9 and change remaining. Coyotes looking for a signature win.
And you can see Coach Silsby really wanting the offense to slow down, find a good run towards the basket, maybe get a foul on the play, go to the line, and slow down the clock.
Javen with a good read. Shot in the corner by Connor. Won't go. Benson quickly gets the Aztecs into their half-court offense. Mason Hunt swung over. Benson dumped down. Gabe Oldham. Oldham might have gotten away with a step. Oldham. Ollie Hinder.
And Gabe Oldham, happy about that one. Getting the foul call. He's been down in the paint. He's been playing all night long, hustling, grinding it out, and I think he's excited to be at the free throw line.
Oldham with 6 points in this one. That one rolls around. Coyotes are hanging around as Moalny checks back in. 8:41 left. Appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Coyotes taking on number 2 Pima from the Coyote Center. Gabe Oldham connects on 1 and 2. Spanish Fork, Utah. Ollie Hinder with Oldham on him. Swings it out. You can hear Coach Silsby telling Ollie to roll to the basket. 5 on the shot clock. Tough basket by Connor Aldridge outside. Connor, he's got 10 points. Coyotes hanging around. Benson. Rick Wolf has Cohen Jay in the corner. And Cohen Jay, you let him loose, and that's what happens. He's got 17 points.
And that shot, Cohen Gonzalez, is just so tough to defend. When you can come off the screen, off a quick pass and fire it up.
Connor swings it over to Cohen. Ollie down the blocks. Shot is up, no good. They work it quickly to Brig Wolf. Brig Wolf wasting no time getting the lane. And Brig Wolf, little spin. Timeout on the floor. The lead is 16. And we talk about the ability to guard the perimeter, and we felt that Cohen J. Gonzalez getting a little loose, getting some space. 3 second-half threes. He's got 17 points, and of course, in that play right there, Brig Wolf essentially worked his way down in the post without a body on him. You know, in some situations, a foul, you got to put a body on someone and make them earn an opportunity, and that's the case. Brig Wolf just had too much space and spun it, and he knocked it off the glass for the basket.
Yeah, I mean, in basketball, there's really nothing worse than starting strong and ending slow. You want to be heating up through the process, and really at the end where you want to make it count. Unfortunately, Cohen Gonzalez is starting to heat up, and we're at the kind of the crucial moments where that becomes a pivotal thing in the game. So the Cows got to dig deep. Ollie Hinder, right there. I would have loved to see a little more bump. I know he felt like he got hammered on the arm, but when you're a big man, the refs aren't going to call it nearly the same as a small guy going up. You're a big guy, you're always being battered, so you got to put a little body in there, really sell it, and go up strong.
56-40. Second-ranked team in the nation, looking for win number 26, undefeated. Brian Peabody with a juggernaut of a squad that is deep and talented. And Chandler-Gilbert with a slew of injuries No Will Coates in this one, sitting this one out with a lower body injury. Will was going to be a factor for this team and was lost several games back. Ty Cochran lost before the season. Parker Larson, starting center, lost just a handful of games in with a lower body injury. A 16-point deficit. Winding down to 7 minutes left. Ollie Hinder, and Hinder has it knocked away, and they call a foul on Cohen J. But I love the strong move by Ollie. You saw the mismatch. You got to take that. 22 seconds on the shot clock. It's worked up top. Cohen Aldridge swings it over. Mason Hunt on Connor. Gabe Oldham, active hands, and Gabe Oldham is going to throw it down. Something fierce. And Gabe Oldham, all kinds of fired up. Oldham now with 9 points. 18-point lead for the number 2 team in the nation. Jamin Price still looking for his first basket in this one. Once again, never gotten a rhythm because of the early foul trouble. Cohen Aldridge. Aldridge goes inside and has to earn the hard-earned free throw opportunities, battling inside against Mason Hunt. And that's going to be I'm going to say that's the third on Mason Hunt as Cohen at the line. Goes in and out. Cohen with 7. Connor with 10. West Ball back in the game. So Mason Hunt with that long length and great shot. West Ball comes back in. Double-digit score. Cohen Aldridge connects on 1 and 2.
Good steal.
Lockie McCain with the steal. Cohen inside. Off the mark. Gabe Oldham showing his ability to handle the basketball. Max Marley and 1. Max Marley upstairs. And Marley will go for the 3-point play.
And that really has been the story of the second half here for the Coyotes. Open looks and missed shots. And that last one right there, Cohen Gonzalez, kind of point blank, definitely contested. There was bodies around him, but just didn't go in the rim. It bounced in and out and came around. So it's tough when those happen, especially late in the game.
The lead is 20. One time it was a 12-point halftime lead for the Aztecs. Thomas in the game. Thomas fires it up off the mark, and Gabe Oldham has really had an impactful second half. Energy, effort, the big man has brought it, and he plays with such passion, and you love that. Cohen J saves it. Cohen J with Thomas on him. Cohen J spots. Another good shot. The Aztecs track it down. Gabe Oldham working against Ollie, and Ollie with the block. Kalen Brown checking back in. Big time changes for the Coyotes. Kobe Mott in the game. Number 11 as well as number 3, Harold Merrick. And Nolan Christensen back in. West Ball. Catch and shoot. And they're going to call Christensen for the foul. So now it's a 12-point lead, or I should say a 12-point scoring night for West Ball and make that 13 on the 3-point play. So the Coyotes held strong in that first half ran out of gas down that second frame, and then second half, Nolan underneath. And Nolan up top, and then a timeout by Steve Silsby. Came in that second half, and Gonzalez got loose. Good effort by Gabe Oldham. And just a collective effort by a team that just really, you look at the Aztecs, they just don't have a lot of weaknesses. I mean, they really hustle. They can play physical down in the post, and we've seen that tonight with Gabe Oldham, Wes Ball, and Mason Hunt working down in the post as well. You got Kalen Brown, who's got limited minutes, but he is a tough force off the bench. And probably the most athletic player they have, we don't even see in Isaac Johnson.
Yeah.
And this is a team that has got a lot of firepower, and they're methodical. And they are well-oiled. They don't let the highs and lows overwhelm them emotionally. And they got a coaching staff that really keeps them in check. They're a fun team to watch, and they've got a chance to do some really big damage in the national tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. This is definitely a team that's looking to make an impact in that national tournament, and there's a reason they're 25-0 in their season overall, and they're showing it right here tonight. Just continuously turning up the heat as the clock winds down, and continue to put energy and effort into their game.
And for the Coyotes, all they can do is just continue to work on the little things that
Absolutely.
when they play Pima, and they might have a fourth time to play them in the region playoffs. Oldham, West Ball, and Ball throws it down high and hard for West Ball. And Ball elevated big time on that. He's got 15 points. Coyotes almost losing the handle, top of the arc. 66-43, and Javen finally in the box score. Coyotes playing these last 5 minutes out. And right now, Brian Peabody just working in different rotations. Going Jay Guiding with Kalen Brown in. West Ball, Brig Wolf getting an opportunity, as well as Max Marley. And West Ball coming up a little bit, a little gimpy, but he just came up and he says he's cramping right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's a good thing for Pima, is that it's just cramps.
Yeah.
He can work that out. It's nothing major.
But I'll tell you, Joe, there's nothing more painful than a cramp.
No. Awful. Javen blocked by Mason Hunt. And then Hunt on the other end. Off the mark. Loose ball. Ollie Hinder in a battle with Brig Wolf. Kalen Brown. Big physical body. Working hard underneath. And they're going to call a foul against Kalen Brown.
And that's really been the challenge for Javen Price's game tonight. He's got a quick step, but his speed just can't get over the height advantage of this deep Aztec bench. And they've got some tall guys and big players protecting the paint. So, and we saw it there with that massive block that led to the turnover possession.
And you see that from the Aztecs bench. Kalen Brown got called for the foul, but they applauded the physicality that he brought to the bench. They gave him some standing O, some claps, and now Ollie Hinder will go to the line. Ollie, a quiet game, 4 points. Misses on the first on the one-on-one situation. Both teams in the penalty. Kalen Brown, Mason Hunt inside. Nice move by Mason Hunt, almost scooped it in. So once again, we're seeing some versatility for Mason Hunt.
Yeah.
The good stroke, but the ability to put on the floor as well. Hunt will go to the line. 66-45. 65% free throw shooter.
And at this
off
point,
the back of the iron.
And at this point, Joe, you know, when the lead has reached this much at the end of a game with 3 minutes left, you see a team, the team obviously with the most points, kind of relax, start to just work different aspects of the game. And that's where you're seeing players like Mason Hunt just working on different aspects of his performance on the court.
And for the Coyotes, all they can do is persevere through this one.
Mm-hmm.
And Lockie fires it up a little short. Kalen Brown comes up with it. Isaac Johnson over to Cohen J. Cohen J rifling through, gets it back. Isaac Johnson. Mason Hunt. You're basically taking a look at some of the starters for Pima next year, and Mason Hunt just continues to dazzle. He's got 9 points.
Yeah, if nothing else, this has been very impressive to see the bench players, the freshman players of the Aztec team show that they can compete in this conference. They can play at this level, and it makes you wonder what next season will look like as well. Obviously, there will be rebuilding. They're losing a lot of sophomores. The Coyotes, on the other hand, a group full of freshmen and a lot of injuries. And so it'll be interesting to see what this conference looks like in the coming seasons.
Mason Hunt, short, up top. Maloney. Ollie Hinder, little backdoor to Carter, and Carter puts it in. Carter with 9 points, leads 20 as this one winds down. Cohen J reads it well. He reads the court well. And they can turn around and do something like that. And I had the pleasure of watching Cohen J Gonzalez when he played for Mesquite High, and same player, just controlled. Comes from a basketball family, of course, is well documented. His mom's the head coach on the women's side of Mesquite. Maloney misses, and Isaac Johnson rips it up, but Cohen J is so fast, but he's under control for that size. In basketball, defenses always try to speed you up. You can speed Cohen J up, but he can play at that speed and still be in control. And we just saw that in that possession.
Yeah.
He drove in and then said, okay, lock that up. Ollie misses from the outside, and Cohen J pulls it down. Almost fitting that Cohen J rips another rebound. He's got several in this game. Brig Wolf, Isaac Johnson. And now Aztecs, Brig Wolf. Try to swing into Mason Hunt. And now it's substitution change for the Coyotes. A full timeout on the floor. And stepping in, some more new bodies, some new faces for the Aztecs. Checking in is number 21, Brock Mendoza from Layton, Utah. A freshman as well. As well as number 23, Cooper Jones from Sierra Vista. Kobe Mott with the misfire. They work in the corner, they swing it around. Shot is up from the outside, no good. And the Aztecs will try to work it into their freshman center for a basket. And they do just that, with Brock Mendoza putting it in. And Thomas on the other end. The floater, and it won't go, and that's how it's going to wind down. A 73-49 win. And the Coyotes, just not enough juice, not enough gas, not enough stops as they lose to the second-ranked team. And tremendous effort in that first half when they were in the game, and then just late in that first half, Matt, for Chandler-Gilbert. And it started early with Javen Price getting in early foul trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, both teams playing tremendously hard. I don't think there's any question there. Injuries for the Coyotes, yes, been there all season, and that's been a constant challenge. Aztecs have a bunch of great pieces. There's a reason they're ranked #1 in this conference. There's a reason they're ranked #2 in the nation, and there's a reason they most likely will be headed to that national tournament and play very well. But now you got to look at this game as this is the top team, the Aztecs, in our conference. What are we doing to build for the upcoming seasons? And that's something I'm sure Coach Silsby's thinking about. We've seen him think about that all year and previous seasons as well, constantly building the program. Big changes coming for the Pima as well, as their sophomores graduate and their freshmen become that next generation, that next starting lineup, and they look tremendous, just off this preliminary look. So big questions being asked, and I think that's what they'll be looking at now, Coach Silsby and the Coyotes, is what pieces are we missing this season that put us over the edge to compete against this #1 seed in the conference?
No question, a lot to learn from, and for all the Coyotes young players that are redshirting, they're getting a good look of what it takes to play at a high level and to perform at a high level. And I think right now, all those youngsters that are sitting and watching and learning are going to have to understand that to beat a team like this, you've got to be so well oiled and play at such a high level and be so precise offensively, defensively, and mentally as well. And for me, is we know how good, and we don't want to overstate the obvious of how good Cohen J is, but you see the length of Wes Ball and Mason Hunt's a freshman and how good he played. But then you see the passion and fire of Gabe Oldham, right? Gabe Oldham, sophomore, diving, slamming, the emotion up the court, the fire, and it's those little things right there, that energy and effort that resonates through a team. And that was a small dose that you don't see in a box score, but this team also plays with tremendous passion and discipline. They don't, once again, they don't get bottled up in emotions, and they don't get into squabbling and talking on a court. They just play, and they play hard, and they're going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
For the Coyotes, as we dissect the box score, Lockie and McCain with 11, Cohen and Connor with 10 apiece, Carter with 9. And the big factor in this one, Javen Price, foul trouble early, only had 1 bucket in the game. And on the other side, Cohen J. Gonzalez, 11 points in the second half. He had 19. Wes Ball with 15. Mason Hunt with 9. Gabe Oldham with 9. Brig Wolf with 6. So for Chandler-Gilbert, now 8-6, back-to-back losses. Now 15-11 next week. They take on a Scottsdale team on the road. Scottsdale now the 4th seed. Look, a lot of games left. All of a sudden, Scottsdale could work their way up, and maybe they're the #2 seed. And all of a sudden, so a big game next week for Chandler-Gilbert, trying to get a road victory and trying to get back on track and snap a 2-game skid. Pima, now 26-0, 4-0 in league play, and it's late in the season. Streak is now at 26, and you got to wonder if they can actually be defeated in this league. I mean, they were tested early by Glendale at Glendale, winning that matchup 86-80. But the big difference is Glendale's got tremendous athletes. I think athletically they match up with Pima, but when it comes to IQ and running and staying on track, that's where this Pima team is at a different level. And that's the direction of their head coach, Brian Peabody, 700-plus career wins, got that recently. But on top of it, I think this team is really on a mission. They made the postseason last year. They shocked the Coyotes by winning the region title right here on the Coyotes floor, and now they have that bulk of their team. When you talk about who came back from last year, Gonzalez, Oldham, West Ball, and then you add some of the players they have, and it's a very fine-tuned offense. I mean, they put up 73, and for some teams, that would be a tremendous outing. For Pima, they look at that as an off night. They average 105. So this is a team, when it's all said and done, it's going to have to take something traumatic for this team to fall off course. And the thing about it, too, they're going to be the #1 seed. I can't see Pima losing at home in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter who they host. They're just too good. They're too well stocked and they're too mentally checked in. But for the Coyotes, it's really about health status. Maybe we get Will Coates back by the end of the season and he'll add some of the firepower that they're missing and the leadership, of course, on the court. And collectively, another learning curve for the team tonight as they'll have a week to think and heal and really soak this one in and try to go to Scottsdale and take on a Artichokes team that's now not thinking number 4, they're thinking 3 or potentially 2 with time winding down. So a lot to absorb for Chandler-Gilbert. We knew it was going to be a tough matchup on both sides for the ladies. We saw it earlier. Opportunities, and just down the stretch, that third quarter, just they imploded, outscored 19-9. So the 12th ranked Pima squad on the women's side knock off Chandler-Gilbert, and then the men come in town and win 73-49. So Coach Strickland and Coach Silsby will have to go back to the drawing boards for their team, and for Coach Holthouse and Coach Brian Peabody, they come here and do what they had to do, get the wins, and now they focus in on their next league games, and it's all a prelude until the bigger season for them. And mark my words, both teams, Pima, the women, will be in the national tournament as well, unless they fall off down the stretch. And they've lost 3 league games. 1 is Scottsdale and 2 to Mesa. Mesa's ranked number 5 in the country. Scottsdale's ranked number 22. They've lost to ranked teams.
Yeah.
So if Pima continues their stretch, they'll be in the national tournament as well. So tremendous basketball. We are blessed to have seen some fantastic athletes here this evening. And of course, Pima well represented. A lot of their fan base is still here making the trek from over in that side of Arizona. And of course, for Chandler-Gilbert, a lot of fans came, and we're hoping for some upsets tonight, and just unfortunately not enough firepower on both sides. Matt, final thoughts on what you saw here tonight?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. This is a tough loss. No one wants to see a home game loss, but it was a well-fought loss, and they played hard. They played well. There's clearly some gaps in the Coyotes game when it comes to playing Pima. Across the conference, they compete very well, and we've seen that night after night. It just shows the level at which Pima's really at, and I think it shows the level that the Coyotes are going to have to continue to build to compete at the national stage and the national level. Because remember, Pima's ranked number 2 in the nation. So I think there's a lot to learn from this game. I think it was a fun game to watch, and obviously they're putting the pieces together, and that's what matters. This is a long execution plan, right? And the coaches are looking not just this season, but building and coming in next season, the season after that. And I think they have a lot to learn. They're going to head back to the drawing board, and now it's put this game in the past and continue to win so you can place well in the conference and make it as far as you can.
Absolutely. And some baseball news briefly. The men's baseball team lost to Thompson Rivers today over at the baseball field by the count of 8-3. So no good news to report from the Coyote Center as both the men's and women's squad fall to nationally ranked Pima. For all the good people here at Chandler-Gilbert in the athletic department, Russ Luce and his incredible staff that allow us the opportunity to showcase these great athletes. For Matt McCurdy, I'm Joe Pequeno. We'll see you very soon right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network.